Well, okay, so hello everybody. It says I'm live. Today is Sunday. It's the 27th. We're almost at Happy New Year. Um, I wanted to report on a little bit on some of the people that I'm following, news events. Oh my God, there's something on my computer. All right. Wanted to show you a couple of my art things in case you haven't seen it, and the new way that I found to wrap one of my quartz hearts onto my journal, which I like even better. I've only done it once, but it came out good. It's a little tricky. I'm not fast at it, but today's the day of doing some things. I don't have to work at this dollar store. I'm still wanting to have a job that will bring in some money. So the dollar store, if they kept me, I would do that. But I'm going to obviously have to drive for Lyft. Um, See if evil. Oops, that's my tea water. Hold on, I'll be right back. Follow me for a little bit. Come on. All right. I'm back. There's insistent kitty wants to go back out because even though it's cold, it's not that cold, and she wants to be a part of. It's all right. Be on the TV. Hello. So maybe you've seen this, maybe you haven't. I don't think I've really. There's one of my cards done. Ta-da! And then on the back is different. There's some glare. I don't know where it's coming in from. If it's here, let's see if that's a little better. And then the quote, one of my quotes is in here. And there's another one. Ta-da. These, I believe, I think I said were, I have to look up, I think it says 575. I don't remember. The individual. When you get 6 in a package, it's, more, but I am going to be putting them on Etsy. I am going to do if you order $35 or more, you get free shipping. I think we have a scale downstairs in our garage that I don't have to buy, but I'm going to make sure it's the right scale, and I have to go back and fix the shipping in my Etsy. This was from a long time ago. Ta-da! Like little postcards. And here's my. It would take me so long. This tutorial, it's a take on a tutorial that I did. So here's the heart. And it's hard because it's. Let me see if I can get something dark against it. Let's see. That helped? No, not that. But that. Wait. This one. I think better. So there's the heart. It's very tiny, right? How can I do this? Like my thumb, a little bigger than my thumbnail. So here's the heart. There's the bottom and the back on the side. So they kind of had the extra wire like going underneath, but where it's so tiny and was learning, I just kind of made it like a circle. And when I made it a circle, when they came together, I just wrapped it and closed it here. So then I guess wire or whatever will go through here, through the hole and then on the top of the journal. Ta-doo! I got to learn how to do this much better. If there's anybody out there, I got to learn to I want to be able to, I don't know, however you do the camera from up here, so I can like work on stuff and then speed it up and like show you, right? Because like when I made the card for my dad, I know I did like a couple of stages, but it's kind of like if you could see, because you sometimes you have kind of an idea, sometimes you have kind of no idea, but then in the kind of no idea and the idea, it comes together and it makes something really cool. So I made that really cool. Actually, I could go get it because he has his card. So one second, I'm going to go get the Christmas card. So on Christmas morning, so this is the front of the card, a homemade Christmas wish just for you. And so there's my logo there and whatever, but nothing on the back. It's just, and then just the card I made. It says at the bottom, "You are loved beyond measure." And that's my tree. And a little heart, a star, sorry, star there. And so this is what I wrote my papa, my dad. Love cannot be measured by Christmas gifts. Love is God. Our source energy means love is eternal, everlasting. From God you are, and so you are love, eternal, everlasting. Happy Christmas. But that can be for all of you. So anyway, that's his. I got to put it back like that. So yeah, so I'm not gonna try to surf the net, and all that. I get hooked. I'm just gonna go back and do look at my tutorial to make my heart. I'm gonna try to do wrap at least 3 hearts. Start to make a journal or 2. Take those pictures. Go back on Etsy. Fix the shipping. Hopefully, all by 3, because then I want to jump on this. I paid for a group healing from Paul Y. Rostek, and I think he's in England, but he sounds like he was like from New York or New Jersey, whatever. I don't know how to say that really good right now. I mean, his accent, he's really cool. I like him because, well, first he's kind of cute. All right, he's kind of cute. Anyway, I think he's married, but he's cute. Married, not they're married. Sometimes married, they're cute. But what I like about him, he speaks normal. He's just a regular dude. So when he's speaking to you, he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And then he does this channeling thing. And I just like that normal, regular, I'm not above you. I can understand the words person. It's just very chill. So I like him and I'm following him. And he's having it's like a free group healing, 3 o'clock Eastern time. I think that's going to look like 8 o'clock England time, 8 p.m., but that's today, Sunday. And the other person, and it's so funny, shout to Prime Minister Digital Warrior, probably a millionaire by now. He's so into the CBD coffee. He's actually lost weight. He looks good. He has just started going back to the gym, but he looks, that not that we would think there's anything wrong with him, but he just naturally, his skin is glowing. I don't drink coffee right now. I just, for this past couple weeks, a little bit have been having my tea with cream and honey. I normally don't have any dairy. I don't eat any meat. I'm a vegetarian, vegan, but I was thinking of ordering that and trying it because his skin looks so good. And he's a person who's losing weight. So if you are a coffee drinker and you may not be thinking about losing weight, but maybe wouldn't mind the CBD stuff for coffee, it's hemp infused and some other stuff. And they say you are focused, which I would do that to stay more focused. Release, it stops, helps with anxiety. You lose weight and all these other benefits. And a lot of people are raving about it. So if you go to his YouTube site or I'm trying to think of the exact connection to get together with him, but he's just start to look him up. You will find some link to get to him and see where he and spiritually raw people, they doing it too. I don't know if it's the same company though, and they talk about pets and stuff that they're into because they have a dog. But a lot of people are starting to switch over to that because their pets are no difference in their pets. Not that the pets drink coffee. There's some other stuff that you give pets, and then there's the CBD stuff. So like that. So those two people shout out, Spiritually Raw, Dr. Charlie Ward. magnificent mind is Charlie Freak. I don't follow him quite as much just because he's so impassioned that sometimes it's like, well, that's not quite where I'm at in terms of some subject, but he does have a lot of subject matter that even though you don't want to do it or face it, he's pretty right on. So, but these are people from their heart and they're doing the true reporting and the true history telling. Prime Minister, he's okay. He's a good dude. He's talented and all that stuff. I think sometimes he doesn't quite understand his verbal connection to speaking about God, Palladians, and exact manifestation. And then sometimes he's dealing with his own whatever. And you know, he's young yet, but he's good. I mean, he's going to give you information from his heart. So that's always going to be a real deal. And people who talk from their heart, those are the people you want to follow, not the blamer people, and not even if those heart people get into blame. You want to just ignore us at the time when we're doing that because we just had it like that up to here with mainstream media, which is going to change. You want to maybe go follow Kimberly Palm, Selene Terry Apodaca. A lot of people like Magenta Pixie. She is very lovely. Her channel information kind of speaks a little flowery. It's a little bit out there, but she's a good-hearted person. So many people. Camelot Castle, if you just want to have regular like news and concern. He's so not into conspiracy and he's so not into too much esoteric woo-woo, or what would borderline, but he's missing something, I think, a little bit because he's often way over to the right where he cares about the president, but he doesn't get that things have to. He does get that things have to play out, but he doesn't understand all of it because he's not following the digital warriors in such a way that he's willing to get the underneath juice stuff. And you want to get that because it's some of that is really helpful to know that we're watching a movie. We're seeing it played out. There's several endings to the movie, but it all ends up on the goodly, godly side. And the timing is everything. So if President Trump is moving slow or things are moving slow, it's because all these, unfortunately or fortunately, these swamp creatures, these swamp people are being brought up to the top and exposed. So if you have a family member who's wayward, but savable, you want them to speak up now. It's gonna, or maybe it's too late because this whole like Dominion thing is gonna blow, and this Nashville thing is all connected to that stuff, really bad. And you are seeing clone CGI or double in some way of some of these people that are already dead. A lot of people, oh, these celebrities are dead. And anytime your sports heroes are out because of COVID, they probably very likely have an ankle bracelet on, or you're going to find out weeks later that they died of cancer, car crash, just how, unless they can be saved or their soul can be saved or something. Yeah, we're going to come into it. And I recently started a forward on Facebook. Corey Goody, Goode, and a William Tompkinson. There was an interview in 2008. They both highlighted, and it's really powerful stuff. And some links, when they talk, is a little bit of stuff that's missing. I feel like either because it was edited in such a way, or they have to miss some pieces of their timeline for whatever reason. But if you follow the whole thing, it's really going to be helpful. And it's really one of the reasons, like I remember being in college and I was a tutor for ancient history. And I found it really easy. I just liked ancient history. I liked culture. I liked all those names were appealing. And it was just easy for me to remember most of the things, except as it started to come into high middle ages. I had issue with high middle ages. I also had issue with I would say government just after 1900s up to, and even as I dropped off after into 1940s, I couldn't do it. So two things. My back hindsight observation was I wanted to ask my teacher in class, but I didn't. I just let it go, and even just to ask him. So the timelines, when people talk about timelines in history, something didn't add up to me. It just always seemed a little off, or something other information seemed a little off. And in the books, they were kind of like jumping. There's a certain point they jump around a bit to squash all the history in there. And I know a lot of people had a hard time in ancient medieval history. And I think one, it's because they knew something was wrong too and hard to follow. So they shut down, didn't learn, got bad marks. Or two, they actually psychically were very attached to those times. And it's very horrible, uncomfortable. So you just shut down. You just don't even care. You're taking a class to try to pass to get whatever it is you're studying, but you should shut down. You shut down. I mean, I shut down an American government or something, or another college when I switched colleges. The 1945s and up were really bothering me. I just like all the information sound like blah, 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 and I got like I just got like this. Now, also related to that was I I remember when I was little and my father would watch film clips on TV of Nazi Germany and all the things that they did and the concentration camps and the bombings and stuff. And I couldn't stand any of it. I couldn't stand any of it. And I would just go in my room and I'm just like totally like, why was he watching the dead people? It was totally horrible. Why would, and I think a part of it, he came from Cassino, Italy, where they had the Battle of Monte Cassino, and he just felt a relationship toward his country like that. But and he was Italian. A lot of Italian people, Italian Jews, just Italians, just a lot of people were rounded up during that time. So I just shut down during that. And later, when I was in Sedona and I was starting to write a screenplay, which I never finished, but I started to write a screenplay about Nazi Germany lovers, a Jewish girl and a German boy. Um, and I just had this immense feeling about stuff. And I went through horrible, with the whole person I was then, that body then. I went through horrible tortures that I even shut down, but they're just horrible experimentations that I was kept alive for a long time via these horrible, and I was a pretty girl then, and used, but they just horrible repeated experimentations on me. And mostly because my spirit was pure and I loved God and spirit and kindness and that was very it was hurtful. I don't think even when they experimented on me, I felt great sadness and I didn't hate them, but I just had great sadness and a longing for my family, which I knew was not there, and this friend that I had and had a lot of despair. But aside from that, it's a metaphysical story. Anyway, there was a psychic there and she was on her own journey, and sometimes I found her a little ungrounded just because her style was she just blurted out of her mouth stuff. And I gave her a couple of rides, but I stopped giving her rides just because either I didn't probably want her to know me because she would just say stuff about me and my past. But would look at me and so I'm writing this screenplay now as a person. She consciously, I've never said anything, not any bit of a hit. She knows nothing about me. And she starts to tell me about a little of my experimentation in Nazi Germany and all the things I went through. So that when I look at you for that lifetime, there's blood all over you, such terrible things they did to you over. And I knew that was why when I was a child, I couldn't stand to hear that news that my father was listening to on educational television or 60 Minutes or whatever they called it, a series about Italy and stuff. And then I also knew my shutdown after the 1900s and going into 1940, just before, and going into 1945's history and even the history just after that in, the American government, whatever class I took that in college that I took for credit. I don't even know if I think I dropped it because I don't remember taking a midterm in that class or anything. It also paralleled the time that I had gone through great abuse. I was kidnapped and what I was kidnapped, and then like about a year and a half later, all the emotions started coming out, and I was always late for that class. So I had like a lot of other things to deal with of that time because I shut that time out so I could get on with my life. Yeah, I was a kidnap victim. I lived through it. So I get it from both sides. I get it from the perpetrator and I get it from the victim. And I saw it like a whole thing like, how could people piece anything together if the victim that didn't live or the kidnapper didn't tell the truth? Whoa. So, anyway, let's end on a happy note. I'm gonna put my card back. I don't know when I'm gonna come on. I know I need to make more regular time for that and all the business I want to do, but I would like to be a little bit like the Unexpected Gypsy. She's out of I think the UK. She's just so lovely. I love following her too. So hopefully I've given you some information that you could go look up yourself and also following my art. I'll still try to be on Instagram, Facebook. I'll be eventually on Etsy. I do have a website. You still know that I don't like it very much, but it is RitaElizabeth.com. So you'll see some of my images and some of my prices there. I really need a secretary and a computer guru. So any computer guru and my art patron, I'm so looking forward to rendezvousing with someone that wants to make Hoodie Heart go worldwide on everything. Yay! And I'll live in the sun again some point. I live in Massachusetts, so it's cold here right now with the sun out. So it'd be good to go even for a 15-minute walk and get that fresh air. I wish you have a glorious day. Maybe you'll join in on the free healing with Paul Rostek. So he's Paul and then WYROSTEK. And I wish you have a fun day. And if you have to work, that work goes easy. And stay bright, stay light. We're in the age of Aquarius. My little coyote heart just loves you. Bye.